What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Train, as usual. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Now, for those of y'all who listened recently, right, maybe even 2 episodes ago, y'all thought I was going to talk about the NBA All-Star Game. Then I started talking about the NBA Draft. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here talking about the NBA All-Star 2026 previews, okay? So I'm not going to lie no more, all right? So let's get on into it. But before I do that, I just got to say, Happy Black History Month. You know, I ain't say that on any of the episodes, I don't believe. So I just want to make sure I threw that out there right fast. Happy Black History Month, because we do got the shortest month. And I just wanted to say that before the daggone month ended, okay? So now, with that being said, we're going to talk about here the 3-day festivities, right? Because it's starting off, NBA All-Star Weekend is starting off on the 13th. That's a Friday, okay? So with that being said, we got 3 events going on. Going to be a little active. We got the celebrity game. We got the Rising Stars. And then we got the HBCU festivities, which again, it is Black History Month. My people, right? So, celebrity game. I ain't gonna hold y'all. It's pretty interesting. We got Anthony Anderson versus Giannis Antetokounmpo as coaches. Okay, now the coaching staffs are Giannis's brothers and Mookie Betts, and then for Anthony Anderson, he got Lethal Shooter and Chris Brickley. Okay, so it's not bad. It's not bad. I'd actually be curious to see if the coaches could play a little bit, just a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a little bit. But some of the notable players on Giannis's team, we got Shams, right? Like the man who's been giving us reports on the trades and whatnot. Ironically enough, he's on Giannis's team. That's funny. You also got Taco Fall. You got Jeremy Lin Sanity, right? You got Armand St. Brown. That's not bad. Glorilla. That's an interesting one. And then, well, on Anthony Anderson's team, some of these players I really don't know. I really, truly don't. Like Mustard, I have no idea who that person is. I just hope he can cut the mustard. You know what I'm saying? Hope he's not trash. I'm trying to go down the list. All right, cool. Jason White Chocolate Williams. You know what I'm saying? White Chocolate. He was smooth. He was smooth back in the day. So I'd love to see Jason. I'd love to see Jason back on the court. Keenan Allen. He got a little ball in him. Pause. Like no, did he? No, did he? He got a little hooper in him. That's what I mean. He can hoop a little bit. That's what they say. But yeah, that's what we got for the All-Star Celebrity Game. Who wins? I really don't care, honestly. Reason why? It's just a celebrity game. It's supposed to be for funsies, right? Now, the next one we want to talk about here is this Rising Stars Challenge. Now, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, the Rising Stars Challenge is not bad, okay? It's not bad. Now, we're not going to see Cooper Flag playing, right? Like, I'm a little bit upset at that because everybody wanted to see Coop. Coop been hooping. You know what I'm saying? Coop has been hooping. But we do get to see players like Con Knuppel, Kel Ware, Trey Jones, Reed Shepard, Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, Jeremiah Fears, Donovan Clingan, Colin Murray Bowles, Cam Spencer, Jalen Tyson, AJ Mitchell, Alex Sarr. Actually, I'm lying. Alex Sarr is about to be injured, so tough. VJ Edgecombe, Derek Queen, Keyshawn George, Mateus Buzelis, Igor Demine, Cedric Callard, Jalen Wells. Like we got some solid players to watch on the Rising Stars Challenge. Okay, so you may want to tune in. I would have said tune in a little bit more because we might have got to see Cooper Flag versus Con Knuppel, which if y'all saw that during the regular season, yeah, them boys was hooping, okay? Like, they come from good stock, you know what I'm saying? Blue Devils, they come from good stock. But you got other players out here with good talent as well, too. So I might watch the Rising Stars game because it's always cool to see them. Now, after that, what caps off the night is the HBCU game, which consists of Hampton versus NC State. It's the 5th HBCU Classic game. I ain't mad at it. The only thing that I'm curious about, should we have had, instead of NC State, should it have been Howard? Because, you know, Hampton and Howard, they always be talking about who's the real HU. So I wonder if that should have been a better rivalry game. I don't know. But I'm assuming this is going to be something productive. Also, again, like I said, it's part of Black History Month. So I'm not mad at the inclusion, especially given the fact that this is the 5th one. Seems to be productive. Matter of fact, as I'm thinking about it, I kind of got some tweaks to this All-Star day as I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'll pitch it to the NBA one of these days, just maybe. But overall, at least on Friday, I might skip the celebrity game. I might tune into the Rising Stars game. I would be a little enticed to tune into it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even with Alex Sarr and Cooper Flag out. And then the HBCU game, I'm curious how that goes. I mean, Hampton, NC State, especially if it's a rivalry game, right? Like, I may want to tune in for that one. So Friday's festivities might be splendid. So have fun. Now, for the next day, the 14th, right? If y'all know this one, this is Valentine's Day. So ladies, I'm going to apologize because you know what? Your man might not be paying as much attention to you on this day. It is what it is. I'm sorry. All right. But we got the 3-point contest, the shooting stars contest, and then the dunk contest. Now, I know some people might have some gripes with the dunk contest being at the end, given the fact that I've heard the 3-point contest might, in fact, be the best event that day. I could have some reservations around that, but let's talk about it, shall we? Because we got here Devin Booker, Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, Bobby Portis, Con Canuple, Tyrese Maxey, Jamal Murray, Norman Powell, all in the 3-point contest. Everybody can shoot the 3-pointer. Now, how well, that's up for discussion. Like Bobby, yeah, you might be the worst shooter on this list, which is not bad when you think about it. I'm very surprised that Damian Lillard's up here. It's actually funny. They have their points, assists, and rebounds for this season, and everyone has something by their name, right? Except for Damian Lillard, who has 0, 0, 0, because he ain't played all season long. But guess what? He gonna play in the 3-point contest. He gonna shoot around the 3-point contest. All right, that's cool. I guess I didn't like it when I first saw it, but it is what it is. Who would I be going for in this matchup? I do like Con Canuple. I was actually asked who's the best 3-point shooter after Steph Curry in the NBA, and I'm not going to lie to you. Con could be it. You could say it's a little biased because I'm a Blue Devil fan, right? Shout out to the Blue Devils. He come from good stock, but I got good reason to say he could win it. Will he? We got to see. But I do like Devin Booker. He a good shooter. Dame has hit some shots before. Let's not act like he ain't won a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Donovan Mitchell can shoot the ball a little bit. Norm Powell. I would be interested to see if Norman Powell can get a little saucy. If I'm on FanDuel, I might throw a couple dollars on Norm just in case. Jamal Murray can shoot the ball a little bit pretty well. He can shoot the ball pretty well. I'm not gonna lie to you. He can shoot the ball pretty well. Tyrese Maxey, if he get hot, I get it. I don't know if I'd have him winning this contest personally, but I do like Con, I do like Jamal, and I do like D-Book. I do. So I'd be interested to see exactly how they do personally. But this could be a good event. They got a good amount of names, ladies and gentlemen. So the 3-point contest, I understand why people talk about it being better than the dunk contest. I might even consider the shooting stars contest to be better than the dunk contest. Because, well, as I'm looking at this dag, Con Canuple, you about to have a really busy All-Star weekend. He's in every day almost. It's crazy. But for the shooting stars contest, which is that timed contest, right? You get like the layup, you get the free throw, you get the 3-pointer, and then like the half-court shot, something like that, right? Like, yeah, these boys get to participate in that. So pay attention to the names because we got Team All-Star, which is Scotty Barnes, Rip Hamilton, and Chet Holmgren. The Team Knicks, you got Jalen Brunson, Allen Houston, Karl Anthony Towns. Team Cameron, you got Con Canuple, Corey Maggette, and Jalen Johnson. They come from good stock. You know, that's Blue Devils. And then Team Harper, you got Dylan Harper, Ron Harper Sr., and Ron Harper Jr. I like this. I really do. Because let's break this down real quick. Team All-Stars. All right, you got Scotty, Rip, and then Chet. I don't expect them to win. Honestly, I'm leaning Team Knicks right now off top just because of who they got, right? It has nothing to do with the Knicks. It has everything to do with their personnel. Because again, remember I told y'all, shooting stars. Shooting is the operative word here. Well, Cat likes to shoot. Allen Houston it was Devin Booker before Devin Booker, which I've always said Devin Booker is like Allen Houston and Kobe Bryant's child, right? Like the man can shoot the hell out the ball. And then you got Jalen Brunson, who's not a slouch. He might be the worst shooter on the team. So let's start it off with JB getting the layup, right? You got Allen maybe with the mid range, with the free throw, and then you got Karl Anthony Towns with the 3-point, or you can flip flop Allen and Jalen Brunson a little bit. I don't know. I think the team that may give them the best run for their money is Team Cameron, because Con Knopple up there, Corey Maggette can do a little something, and then Jalen Johnson, hey, I think he okay. But remember, I said Con Knopple might be able to win the 3-point contest. First person as a rookie to do it. So if that happens, I think he can hit that half-court shot. I genuinely do. So this team might be the second best team, meaning Team Cameron. I'm leaning Knicks, Team Knicks. And then Team Harper, I just like the fact that they got Harper's sons on the squad. Like, it's a trilogy of Harpers. I genuinely do like that. That has a nice feel to it. You know what? As I'm thinking about it, the Hornets could have done something similar where you could have brought in LeVar Ball, Lonzo, LaMelo. You might have even been able to sneak in LiAngelo in that mix. Keep it a buck with you. That could have been interesting. So again, I do like how this looks. Shooting Stars Challenge should be fun to watch. Not gonna lie to you, I might actually tune into that one. Now this dunk contest, ladies and gentlemen, this one is interesting, right? Because we do have a couple names to talk about. Like you got Carter Bryant, Jackson Hayes, Kashad Johnson, and then Jace Richardson. Now here's my thing. I'm leaning Carter Bryant, okay? After that, Jace Richardson. I ain't never seen Kashad Johnson dunk. So if you say I'm ignorant on that one, that's fair, because I have not watched Buddy try to dunk. I've seen Jackson Hayes try to dunk. I'm not impressed, personally. I'm not. I think Jace Richardson has the advantage because he's a shorter player. So if he's doing miraculous dunks, it looks better when you're short. It just does. Sorry. So I favor, though, Carter Bryant because I genuinely like him as a person. I like his work ethic. I think he has good enough athleticism. I'm just curious about the creativity. Again, Kashad, I ain't got nothing for him. I ain't seen him. We'll see what happens. Jackson Hayes, I'm not expecting overly much out of Jackson. If he wins, I'm going to be surprised. And you can tell I'm not biased because he on my Lakers. So I'm genuinely not being biased on this one at all. So I do favor Carter a little bit because of the last name, you know, like that's when my bias is showing because of Kobe. Because of Kobe. Like that. But again, I do like him as a player. And then with Jace, his daddy also won a slam dunk contest as well. So it would be cool for him to win. I think that could be the first father-son duo to win this dunk contest, too. I think that would be nice, actually. A good little storyline to follow. So the slam dunk contest, I might tune into it just to see how Carter Bryant and Jace Richardson do. And then also maybe get a look at how Kashad actually doing. Because, yeah, I ain't really seen Buddy too much, to be honest with you. And then I'm expecting Jackson not to do anything for real. So, Valentine's Day. You might be in love with the All-Star Day, weekends that day. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Shout out to Valentine's Day, I guess, right? Because the 3-point contest, I plan on tuning in. The Shooting Stars contest, I plan on tuning in. And then the dunk contest, I might tune in. I just might. We'll see what happens. Now, the meat and potatoes of this whole thing, right? That's the next day, the 15th, okay? You actually have 2 All-Star games. You got the G League All-Star Games, which they have a couple of notable players and people that I just want to give a quick little shout out to, right? You got Paul Hewitt, who is the GMU alum head coach. That's right. He actually used to coach George Mason. That's my alma mater. Now, you know, he was part of the ACC as well, but forget that right now because him and Larranaga ended up swapping. And like I said, Paul Hewitt went to my alma mater as a coach. So, you know, Paul, I'm glad to see that you coaching up one of the teams. Now, let's also bring up Scal LaBissiere because remember, you got to remember this, okay? In high school, he was number 2 in all of high school basketball, right? Goes to Kentucky, does his thing, gets drafted. Got it. Well, I recently talked about Scal LaBissiere in comparing him to Nate Ahmet, okay? So that was just the reason why I wanted to bring him up. But also, he's part of the Go-Go team, which is the G League affiliate for the Washington Wizards, which again, a DMV native. I'm not mad at it, right? So again, shout out Scal, doing wonderful things. RJ Davis, yeah, he's on my South Bay Lakers. Now I'm a overlook the fact that he was a professional basketball college player. I'm gonna overlook that. Okay, Buddy stayed for like 10 years. It's crazy work. Because again, remember he was on UNC. And them Tar Girls be cheating a little bit too, so you got to remember that. But he's on my South Bay Lakers right now, so I got to show a little bit of bias, a little bit of favoritism to my guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I am a Laker fan. But yeah, RJ, it's a little bittersweet to bring you up here, champ. I can't hold you. And then we got Hunter Dickinson. Because, well, yes, I know some of y'all remember that he played at, Kansas, right? Well, he was also at the DMV. He was also in the DMV. So I just want to give him, you can't forget where you came from, ladies and gentlemen. You can't forget where you came from, all right? Now, nobody here, to my knowledge, was from Fayetteville, North Carolina. So I can't really say that too much. So I gotta count the DMV. But just wanted to hype them up. And I might even watch the G League All-Star game. Because it sounds like it could be a hoot and a half. And I got a couple players to root for, especially because, some people are local. But anyways, so enough about the DMV access in the G League, right? We got to talk about the NBA All-Star game. We got 3 teams, okay? They're going to play 12 minutes apiece. And respectfully, I'm questioning how I feel about this, right? This is the 75th one. This is the 75th All-Star game. And we got here what? The Stars, the World, and the Stripes. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It's okay. It's okay. Reason why? Well, let's go ahead and bring up here some of these players, right? I'm actually trying to, I'm my bad. I had it up here and I done lost where the daggone listing is. Ain't that something? But off top, I remember we got here, Braun, which I had controversy as to why he even got selected. I know we had Kevin Durant listed, right? Who else did we have? We had Kawhi. I think Steph, if I'm not mistaken, was on the team. Then he got injured. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing this off the top of my head, so I apologize if I'm going too slow. You got Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson. I think Donovan Mitchell was up there. Cool. Norman Powell made his appearance. Not bad, Norm, you know what I'm saying? And then Brandon Ingram. He's replacing Steph Curry. He did his thing this year, right? I'm not mad at that. So if I'm not mistaken, that's the Stripes team. Here we go. Finally. All right. So I got that right. I got all of those right, actually. That's crazy work. That tells you I've been doing my thing. And we got Mitch Johnson, the coach of the San Antonio Spurs. He's going to be coaching that team. Now we got the U.S. Stars squad. That consists of Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Johnson, Devin Booker, Jalen Duren, Chet Holmgren, and Tyrese Maxey. Shout out JB Bickerstaff of the Detroit Pistons for being the coach. They've been doing their thing this year too, by the way. But the Stars got a decent little squad on them. Stripes, they look a little decent too. Can't hold you. But them Stars looking all right. Now the World team, you got Giannis, who, is he playing? All right, that's cool. You got Luka, who, is he playing? All right, cool, he is. Nikola Jokic, he playing. Sengun, he is playing. He's playing because Shea's not playing. That's crazy work. Karl Anthony Towns, he's playing. Denny Avdia, he's playing. Like I said, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's not. Jamal Murray is. Pascal Siakam is. And Victor Wembanyama is. Darko Rajovic off the Toronto Raptors is the head coach. And I definitely butchered that last name. My bad, Darko. My bad. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I lean with the world right now. As I'm looking at this, I do lean the world offensively and defensively. They got some dogs on their squad. They got a couple shooters too. They can play a little unorthodox. Defense, I got a little question mark. Steph not playing for the Stripes does hurt them. I'm not going to lie to y'all, ladies and gentlemen. That does hurt them a little bit. But they got a decent squad on them too. I just favor the world. Although the Stars, I can see any of these teams winning. But to be clear, I think if the Stars end up winning this year, it officially ushers in a new era of basketball. Scotty Barnes, I've been telling people he can be top 10. Cade Cunningham's the MVP candidate. Anthony Edwards is revered as one of the best players in the game. top 10, definitely, arguably top 5. Jalen Johnson has emerged on the scene. No matter how and what my thoughts are about Buddy, he been hooping. I got to give him credit. He has been hooping. Devin Booker, you know who Devin Booker is. Jalen Duren popped up onto the scene. And I'm not just talking about the fight he had with Musa Diabate and the Charlotte Hornets. I'm talking about he been doing his thing on offense and defense, being an anchor for the best defensive team out there, arguably. You got Chet Holmgren, who, well, we know Chet is. He's a champion now. He's the defensive anchor, or at least looked at as the defensive anchor for that squad. He could be something. And then Tyrese Maxey has emerged as one of the best guards in the NBA. I said one of the best, easily top 10. Some say top 5. I say arguable top 5. So that's what we're working with right now, ladies and gentlemen. If we go to the Stripes team, you got to remember Jaylen Brown, arguably the best two-way player in the game. Arguably. I said arguably. Brandon Ingram has been having a solid year thus far. All-star caliber. Like, he deserves it. Kawhi Leonard has been looking like the best daggone player in the NBA. Norman Powell is just a bucket and a half. Like, hey, man, he just eats, sleep, and breathe buckets. I don't know what to tell you. Jalen Brunson is usually an MVP candidate. KD, you know who he is. LeBron James, even though his ass is old, he's still giving you quality performance, quality production. And Donovan Mitchell, no matter what my gripes are about him, I say he is shaky star. I don't put him in my top 10. I think if you need to get over the hump to a championship, he shouldn't be the best player. But that boy can play some basketball. Like, he can hoop. Let's not forget, he can hoop. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this Stripe squad, I don't have too many gripes with them. I really don't. I do think, though, like I said, that star squad can give them a run for their money. The only good thing is that it's 12-minute quarters. So the Stripes, while older, it's only for 12 minutes. So they can give it they all versus the Stars. And maybe, just maybe, they can pan out with 12 minutes and get the job done. But remember, too, though, the Stars probably ain't going to get tired before the Stripes. So that does factor in. Now, the world, I got Giannis, Luka, Jokic, Sengun, Kat, Denny, Jamal, Pascal, and Victor. Like Wemby, the fact that they could boast a lineup with Giannis, Jokic, Wemby, Sengun, and like Kat sounds so stupid and disgusting. But then you also got to think too, well, they got Luka as well. So Luka and Jokic, that's interesting. With Victor, all right, cool. There's going to be a lot of alley-oops. Because when I think about this, actually, nobody on the Stripe squad is overly tall. Like, KD is, in fact, their tallest player. And then when we're looking at it for the Stars, well, damn, you do got Chet and Jalen Duren. All right, so that does help out. But again, they still got, all right, we got Jokic and Wemby, right, to Jalen and Chet. We still got Giannis to worry about. And then you still got players like Alperen Sengun. Now, I'm not going to mention Kat because Kat couldn't back down Russell Westbrook, which that's not a slight at Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook, though, is 6'4". All right, so you would hope that Kat, who's 6'11", could back down Russell Westbrook. But he's going to be on the perimeter anyways. He's probably one of the best shooters, if not the best shooter on the team. So this team can look a little scary. And that's why I favor the world. They're not playing with Shea, who might win the MVP. They got the top 3 MVP votes right now in Shea, Jokic, and Doncic. Giannis would be in the mix if his team was better. And Wemby might be in the mix. His team is like, what, number 2 in the West? Yeah, I lean the world. Only reason why they might not win is because the Stripes got versatile forwards, and so do the Stars, which they can at least battle up against the team that the world has. But if we're just talking about on paper, looking at things like height, scoring, rebounds, assists, and not thinking about the game of basketball, I definitely lean the world. Now, once I think about the game of basketball, I still lean the world, just not as much. Because, again, we're talking about 12 minutes. So while the world could be more skilled, they're not as athletic as the rest of the other teams. And I'm talking about as a collection, right? Like Giannis is fairly athletic. Wemby is decent, although he is more so height than athleticism, if that makes sense, right? I'll come okay athletic wise, but nobody else is really overly athletic. Off the break for stripes, we're leading with Jaylen Brown, athletic. We got, Kawhi, I think is okay to say athletic, right? KD, okay, he tall. He not really overly athletic, but he can still get up there. Braun, probably the most athletic person that we've seen. So, I think we got more athleticism on the stripes. With the stars, Scotty's athletic, Cade's athletic, Ant's athletic, Jalen's athletic, Jalen Duren's athletic. Even Tyrese to a degree is athletic. He's just short. So I would be very curious to see what happens. I lean world. I can see stars and stripes doing their thing. But I am very curious about this All-Star game. Because again, I may watch it. Hopefully they give more production. Hopefully they give more energy, more effort. Because it has been a little lackluster over the years. But this round robin format where 3 teams are playing 12-minute quarters and then they got a championship game starting at 5 o'clock, ending around 7 and some change, it sounds cool. It sounds like it might be okay. So let's see what happens. But ladies and gentlemen, we do have a decent All-Star weekend activities list. So I'm very curious, one, what's your favorite day that I listed off? Is it the 13th with the Celebrity Game, Rising Stars Challenge, and HBCU kickoff? Is it the 14th because of Valentine's Day and the fact that you got the 3-point contest, the Shooting Stars Challenge, and the Dunk Contest? Or is it the 15th where you got the G League All-Star Game and the NBA All-Star Game? I'm very curious which day you like the most before even watching it. Which one do you think you'll like the most? And then who do you all think will win in the 3-point contest, in the Shooting Stars contest, the Dunk Contest, and the NBA All-Star Contest? I left out all the others just because I don't know if people really follow the others like that. Like the Rising Stars Challenge, I don't know if y'all really pay attention to all the young bucks. I already said I don't know all the celebrities, so I really don't know who gonna win. I don't really care who wins either, if I'm being honest with you. For HBCU, I don't really care who wins. I just like the fact that we're playing. We got some HBCUs that are playing. So if you want to throw in who you want to see win for the HBCU, please, by all means, do so. Right? It's Black History Month. And if you have been paying attention to the G League, I'm curious who you want to have win for the All-Star game. I biasly want to say Paul Hewitt just because, you know what I mean? Scal, I can give some love to. RJ Davis, cool. And Hunter Dickinson, y'all get my support. But who actually wins, I don't know. But if y'all got an answer for me, I'd love to hear it. And I might even bring you onto the show to talk about it on the recap. And you heard me correctly. We going to have a recap. That's for sure. So again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that does conclude the end of the episode. We finally did talk about the NBA All-Star 2026, right? So that's the preview. We'll talk about the recap later on. But please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and tell anyone about the show. Thank you all for listening. My name is Trey. I'm the host of Get a Bucket. Hope you all are having a good one. Take care.